I love CRT's black talking heads who are so great at taking the oppressor out of the equation so that they can take things out of context. So it's got this black girl. I mean, dark as chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, beautiful sister. I mean, she's gorgeous. However, what comes out of her mouth is just like, what are you talking about? So it's a we're more into respecting the anthem, which this country is not built on. This country is built on the Constitution, than we are in respecting the Constitution and every single citizen's right to protest what they consider fucking unfair treatment. That's the basis of the Constitution. That's what the Constitution allows you. The anthem gives you absolutely no fucking goddamn rights in this country. It guarantees no rights in this country. The Constitution is what guarantees rights. CRTV, Michael Shitwood or Sheetwood, whatever the fuck your name is, who keeps on posting this shit on my motherfucking like. I get rid of the guy comes back. Look, dude, you're taking it out, entirely taken out of context. One, when you have just because you say you're revealing the lies and bringing the truth, or exposing lies and revealing the truth, doesn't mean you actually are. Those are just catchphrases. The truth is that this country was built on the Constitution, not the anthem. That is more disrespectful to not only the flag, the anthem, and to the men and women who have died and fought for this country, which includes black people, to disrespect our right to the freedom of speech than it is to disrespect either that flag or that anthem. That anthem and that flag are a product of our freedom of speech, not the protectors of our freedom of speech, and not or not subject to or not free of our right to protest. Our rights to protest, our rights as citizens are not derived from the anthem, nor from the flag. They're derived from the Constitution. People died and people served to protect the Constitution, not, repeat, not to protect this fucking goddamn anthem. So your rights to protest the anthem should not be superseded by the fucking anthem. That's unconstitutional. That is un-American if you want to get into un-American. Putting the right of the anthem, some fucking goddamn arbitrary song, above the rights of the actual American citizens, punishing is a violation of the Third Amendment. What the NFL is doing right now is a direct violation of the Third Amendment, utilizing intimidation in order to stop athletes to participate in their constitutional right, one, to assemble, and two, to protest what they feel through their freedom of speech, their right to protest against something that they feel is a violation of their civil rights. And that's police brutality. That's the right to assemble. That's the right to be able to assemble without intimidation. That's the Third Amendment. See, the first four amendments protect their rights. There's a separation between church and state, between actual state, not just church and state, but the actual individual or institution and state, which just is being, with the Fourth Amendment and the argument and the precedent set by, you know what I'm saying, Thomas Jefferson, is set to protect the church in relationship, or institutions like the church in relationship to state. That they have a freedom to express themselves, protect that freedom, and not be intimidated out of that freedom, and have the right to set certain boundaries in relationship to that freedom. So you being an employee of the NFL doesn't give the NFL a right to violate your civil rights in relationship to protests. Nor do fucking news media outlets or propaganda outlets have the right to fucking to shame you. That's a violation of your Third Amendment right, into not utilizing your First Amendment right, which is what CRTV, the President of the United States of America, and the entire right is doing, saying that the rights of a product of First Amendment rights supersedes First Amendment rights. This perverse nationalism in relationship to the national anthem. The national anthem does not have greater rights than American citizens. There is no precedence set, except for, you know what I'm saying, CRTV fucking talking head saying, I thought we got this shit right last year. You didn't get that shit right last year. You didn't get that shit right 200 or some odd years ago, 240 odd years ago. Because the Constitution is meant, and we are, as black people, are afforded the rights of the Constitution by way of the 13th Amendment. So you can't tell me that my rights as a citizen are superseded by the anthem. And use this perverse patriotism that somehow our fighting men and women died and sacrificed and served for the right for the national anthem and not for our rights to actually sit down, kneel during, because that's our Fifth Amendment right. We can walk off the fucking goddamn. An employee does not have the right to intimidate you by way. That's the Third Amendment. By way of suspension, by the way of finding. That is a violation of the Third Amendment right. Let's talk about the fucking Constitution, not this goddamn amendment. I mean, not this goddamn anthem. That's what I want to talk about, the Constitution. I want to talk about the amendment. I mean, the anthem. The anthem is not an amendment. You're acting like there's an amendment that protects the anthem. There's no amendment that protects the anthem other than the First Amendment. And that same First Amendment protection allows individuals to protest or protest that very anthem. And they're not really protesting the anthem or the flag. They're protesting police. They're taking that opportunity to protest police brutality directed towards black men and women. That's what they're doing. So this idea that somehow a protest against the national anthem is a protest against the armed services. No. Any protest, and this is what this is, a protest against the Constitution is a protest against servicemen and women. Because that's what actually they fight and die for. Because that's what this country is actually built on, is the Constitution, not a fucking anthem, not a fucking flag. That part.